rush to drive down as always. We were rushing to get everything ready. The new crawler was 90% there, and we had to stay an extra day at home to get it done. As soon as we got it finished, we backed the thing up, put it right on the trailer, loaded up the rest of our race gear, and we were off. The drive down is actually super fast, way quicker than I was expecting. So we had a good trip with Kevin driving the motorhome and me driving the truck and trailer. We got down here, took us a day and a half, set up camp and put all of our turf out. We brought turf down for the entire Yukon team. Try to, make us a uniform structure. When I first decided to build this crawler, the idea was to be able to bring it down here and pre-run all the rock trails that we race in, because I never had the opportunity to actually check out the course, because I never had a vehicle capable enough to do it. I didn't want to put wear and tear on the race car. And it snowballed into some crazy four-wheel steer car built by my friend James Tracy out of Oregon. He does rock crawling competitions, and he built one savage machine. Like, it is the sickest thing I've ever wheeled in the rocks ever. We took it up wheeling, and the trails that we normally race on, go up in the wheeler, and every optional hard line there was no problem. Car's still on DOT 42s right now because my stickies haven't shown up, and it just went up everything. So it blew my mind, man. It blew my mind. It blew all my other guys' minds, and when they got to take a ride in or drive it, they're just, this thing is incredible. It's like, I don't know how he does it. I don't know what the geometry works on it, but it works amazing. Super stoked on it, and I can't wait to go wheel it some more this year. We figured out when we got down here the crawler ran, but it didn't run good. I had my friend James Schofield throw it on the computer and check it out, and we were fighting issues, and come to find out when we were tired putting the car together, the coil harness number 5 and number 7 were switched, so we had to switch that, and it started running great. The only other issue we've had is with the rear mounted radiator. We're just getting air bubbles in the system. So we're fighting air bubbles all weekend, whether it be the original air bubbles, or if I forgot to turn the fan off, or whoever was driving the crawler forgot to turn the fan off and it boiled over. We went up to Sledgehammer, and I was at the Black Rock crawling that, and I totally forgot to turn the fan on. The damn thing overheated, like on Black Rock as we were cresting. Had to shut it down and back down. We were all out of water, and we just decided to use like the beer in the cooler to get the thing back down, and it worked, so we made it back. This year was our 4th year doing the Pit Crew Challenge. It was, super fun as always. My guys take it real seriously. That's like their race for the week. They want to win Pit Crew Challenge, and we've won the last 2 years. And we went out there, had a great game plan and play. First round, we won by a ton. I think people know now when they come against us, like, we gotta go fast, and we're damn fast at it. Second round, we went up against Blake Wilkie. And we were fast, and we lost to him by 1 second originally. Come to find out that one of their lug nuts wasn't put on, so the rule was like all of your lug nuts need to be tightened on the car, that you can go and torque it and check it. We had all of ours tight, and he had one not tight, so we actually got the win. So this is the 3rd year in a row we've won this Pit Crew Challenge. Super stoked.
Maybe we could take them long heads on again later. I don't know. They're pretty fast, so we'll see what happens.
Indian leg wrestling. Best from their team, best from this team. Indian leg wrestling.
I don't even know what that is. Sounds like a runner.
It's just a Louisiana thing we're doing down there.
Got a lot of great prizes from everybody, from Pro Eagle and Rugged Radios, 2-on-2 gloves, Pro Eagle jacks, buggy whips. It was a great event. I had the race car 90% there. We had to install the CV and front axles in the car when we got here because we were kind of rushed getting the crawler done. So I put those in down here. I totally screwed up one day and I put the plunging side CV on the outboard side, which is a big no-no. Blew up that CV, and I was super lucky that the Gomez brothers had a spare, and they gave us a spare and we could have four-wheel drive for qualifying. We also run a different drivetrain for qualifying, so after qualifying was done, we tore the car down, checked for cracks, welded any cracks we had, changed the spark plugs and the wires, we changed the oil and everything, we pulled the rear diff out because it was leaking. We changed the drivetrain out on the inside to be ready for the race. We were a day ahead of schedule than we typically are, so it felt good to be ready. It's pretty funny, like all the guys that helped me out I've known since they were 19. I met them through my buddy Keith, who does a lot of my fab work.
Hey man, I'm good. We're gonna try this out. I've never welded before, but figured this is the best place to learn.
I remember the first time we went wheeling together, we were going over Reader Pit, and I was 21 years old, they were all 19, and had to go to the grocery store and I go buy them all beer. So we go wheeling, and look at us now, I'm like 40 years old now, and these guys still follow me around and they go off-roading with me, and it's a blessing to have them. And you know, we're like an old school boy band, I guess. It's the day before the race, car's ready to go, 95% there. I got invited to the Optima like crazy kart drift event, so we went out there and I got to try to drift these little drift karts against drift racers and a couple other influencers that are sponsored by Optima. It was a super fun event. It was a charitable event by Tanner Faust. Man, we went out there and practiced, and 6 of us on the track at the same time was psycho. Somebody in front of me rolled their cart over. I ran underneath their cart and like broke my hand and I dented my knee, and it was carnage. And I was lucky enough that one of the people camping there stitched me all back up and got me back out there so I could try it out. I definitely lost first round, but it was super fun.
Jason knows it was a drifting event. He just started driving the car. Oh, man. There we go.
We had a rough qualifying. I had a bad bounce on the rock face. I went for the go big or go home line, and we had an awesome run until that point. Lost traction, had to reset. So we were still pretty good. We were 17th row off the line, which is, it's decent, it works, it's good enough for us. We were happy with that. I think I've grown a lot over the years and realized how this race is a race, but you also have to keep it at your pace that you know that you're going to survive at. So the last 2 years worked great for us. We just slow our pace down a little bit. We're not trying to pass everybody on the first lap. We're trying to pass, we still pass 10 or 15 people on the first lap, but we weren't going for the whole thing. And then after that, it was smooth, man. Like, I haven't had a smoother race in a long time. We lost 2 front tires that were probably my fault, and we had to get out and winch once, and that was at the aftershock waterfall crack piece, which I knew we were gonna have to winch on anyways, because when I did it in the crawler, I had to use rear steer to get up it. So I knew that was gonna be the pinch point. That was gonna be the hardest trail, I think. Other than that, man, I was a little worried about Sledgehammer, but we picked the perfect line, went straight down Black Rock, no issues. Jackhammer was a breeze. I was super stoked that we got a pre-run all this stuff because it just gave me a good idea of how to get the car through. It may not be the same wheelbase and width, but it just put eyes on the trail, so it helped a ton. So I was super stoked on the result. My guys crushed it in the pits. I don't think we were in a pit longer than 5 minutes anywhere. She lost 0 time in the pits. Guys did amazing. We had a finish in the daylight. This is 2 years in a row we finished in the daylight.